Are you ready for the King of the Ice? Pete's Power Plays with Philly Pete starts now on 12 Ounce Sports.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wednesday, December 30th, 2020 episode of Pete's Power Plays, hosted by the one, the only King of the Ice, Philly Pete, and we are live on 12 Ounce Sports and Zingo TV, channel 761. Hope everyone's having a phenomenal Wednesday, middle of the week. Good afternoon out in the east, good morning out west. I hope you guys are enjoying your day as we speak. Cold, blustery day here in the Northeast, but hey, the sun is out, so that's all that matters. So this show, Pete's Power Plays, as always, is sponsored by mybookie.ag. Sports are right here, ladies and gentlemen. College football bowl games are in full force. The NBA is in full force. You got college basketball, NBA, everything is all back. Hockey's right around the corner. You got 2 weeks away. I can't wait. And, like I said, everything's in full gear. You got the NFL playoffs right around the corner as well. And what better way to start cashing large, get a little bit of green in your pocket, than go into mybookie.ag. Use the promo code 12Ounce Sports. That's 12OZ Sports, all caps, no spaces. Once again, mybookie.ag. Use the promo code 12Ounce Sports, and they'll match your first deposit up to $1,000. Simple as that. Always remember to gamble responsibly. Zingo TV, channel 761. Ladies and gentlemen out there that are tuning in, welcome on board here to today's episode of Pete's Power Plays. Those that don't have Zingo TV, I highly recommend you get it. It is a free app, and who doesn't like free stuff nowadays? So once again, it's Zingo TV, Z-I-N-G-O, Z as in zebra, I-N-G-O. Channel 761 is a free app. Like I said, it's available on every streaming device platform out there: Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick, Apple TV, Google Chromecast, whatever it may be. Take a look, download the app, it's free, and tune in to channel 761. That is Zingo TV, channel 761. Use the promo code 12Ounce, 12OZ. Last but not least, Amazon. We have, obviously we have the holidays that are here. We have, there's birthdays, celebrations, anniversaries, whatever it may be, anything miscellaneous. Hey, even treat the wife or your husband to something good. Go to www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon. Once again, www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon. Go out there and buy something today. So, yesterday I got into the Eastern Division and Central Division over-unders for season point totals. I will talk today about the North Division and the West Division season point totals and give out some predictions that I like. I'm also going to go through the 5 NHL matchups. We have 3 start times already for January 13th with a loaded card already. And of course, I will give out the over-unders. Over-unders are available as well for those 3 games that are being played. So let's get into it. Let's get rocking and rolling here. It's the middle of the week. We're feeling good. New Year's is right around the corner here. And let's start off this Wednesday with a bang here. So yesterday, like I said, I talked East Division and Central Division. I gave out some picks there. I gave my predictions to all of them as well. Like I said, and I'll say it again, those that didn't tune in yesterday, I highly recommend you tune into it because the Penguins under 70.5 is a immortal lock for me this season. I don't think they're going to hit 70 at all, let alone 70.5, 71. I don't even think they hit 70 points in general, the Pittsburgh Penguins. So that is my locked-in under bet in terms of season point totals for the East, and it's the Penguins under 70.5 points. I just think it's too much for Pittsburgh, and there you have it. Like I said, in the Central Division, the Stars over 64 is a big. I like the direction of that team big time, especially after what we saw them during the postseason go to the Stanley Cup. So Stars over 64 points, and my dark horse is the Blue Jackets over 61. I really do like the Jackets this year big time. Another team that I am big on the under is the Red Wings under 47. So, again, I hate to talk about you Detroit fans out there, but this is going to be another low-sum season for you guys out there, and ladies, of course, that are Wings fans, under 47. So, North Division, all right, you have the Maple Leafs, Toronto Maple Leafs at 76 points. You have the Canadiens at 68. You got the Oilers at 64. You have the Flames at 62 points, the Jets at 60. You have the Canucks at 60, and the Senators at 46 and a half. So when you look at this, I'm looking at a couple teams here, and obviously I think the Leafs win that division, no problem. I really do. I think the only team that will come close to them is the Montreal Canadiens. And those that tune in my show, time in and time out throughout these past months, when I was talking about Stanley Cup odds, you had the Canadiens at 50-1, and everyone locked that in as far as I know. My clients locked that in already too. Now they're at a 34-1. So I told you it was a matter of time until they move, and they move dramatically. 68 points for the Canadiens here. I really think that that is a good number for them. Maple Leafs at 76, Canadiens at 68, Oilers 64, Flames 62, Jets at 60, Nucks at 60, and the Sens at 46. Well, 46 and a half. Well, I want to go off of a limb right now and say the Senators are going under. I'm going Senators under 46 and a half, just like the Red Wings in the Central. I think those teams will be the two worst teams in the NHL this year. And I think Senators go under 46 and a half. I really do. I mean, I love their offseason. I like what they did in the offseason. I really, truly do. But 1 year to have chemistry with those guys and players together, I really think it's going to take some time for this Sens team to get acclimated and be some sort of a competitive team in the future. So for me, I like the under 46 and a half for the Senators. The Canucks, I like the over 60 points there. This is a good team I like as well to go to the postseason once again. You saw what they did in the postseason last year. They went far. They went absolutely far. So the Canucks at 60, I like the over. The Oilers is another team that I'm banking on an under as well. Everyone is so high on the Oilers. They just have no defense, and the goalie is going to be a big issue here as well. I really think that when it comes down to this, Mike Smith can't do it himself. This is just going to be an offensive team. Let's face it. Will they make the postseason? Sure. Okay, sure. But honestly, when it comes to this, the Oilers at 64, I think that's way too many points for Edmonton here. And I hate to say it, but I'm going under here. I'm going under 64 for the Oilers here. Like I said, so I mean, 76 for the Maple Leafs. That's a lot of points. Like I said, they're going to be the leader of this division when everything's said and done. I truly do think that they'll probably get that 76 points here. If I had to take a guess here, I would go with the under 76. I think it's too many points, but they stay in the 70-point range. They really do. But for a fact, Oilers, I'm going with the under. Senators, I'm going with the under. Canucks, I'm going with the over. The Flames, I like the over as well. I do like the Flames this year too. I know they lost Gustafsson, but the fact that they were so successful in the postseason this year, I have to say that this is going to be a team that a lot of people are not, or they're really much overestimating this team. And I think that the Flames are a team here where I think could make some possible damage here. But when everything's said and done here, I'm truly confident, like I said, on the Senators under 46 and a half. I like the Canucks over 60 and a half. Oilers under 64. I like the Leafs just to barely get under that 76 point. I think that's too many points in general. But if I didn't make a couple guesses here, the Canadiens, I'm going to go under 68. Even though I know for a fact that they're going to make the playoffs, but under 60, I think around the 65 range is about generous for this Canadiens team. Well, like I said, Oilers under, Flames over. I think the Flames might just get over that 62 mark, probably around 63. Jets to me again is a team that's you just gotta look out for. They don't have great defense either. They have to rely on Hellebuyck. And it's a team where I think that I think the Canucks are going one way and the Jets are going the other way. If Laine gets traded, I think they go under. But if they keep Laine throughout the entire season, I think this goes over. So it really depends on which way this team's going. And as of now, Laine's staying. So the Jets at 60, they might just squeeze out a 61, maybe end up at 60 points. I think that's a good number for them. And like I said, Canucks at 60, Senators under 46.5. So there you have it for the North Division. And Heading now to the West Division, you have the Avalanche at a whopping 79 points. The Vegas Golden Knights at 75 points. Blues, 68 points. Wild, 61.5. The Coyotes, 58. Sharks, 54. Ducks, 54. And the Kings, 50. So, out of all the lowly teams that I see here, okay, I know I said Devils over 51.5 the other day. Red Wings under 47. Senators under 46.5. The Kings, well, you know what? I'm going to take a chance here. I'm going to go with the over. I like the fact that Trevor Byfield was a great selection for the Kings here. I think they have a little bit of a bounce-back season. I don't think they make the postseason, but I think they just squeeze over that 50-point total. I think they maybe get around 51, 52 points. But I do like the over there at 50 for the Kings. I think it's very, very doable. The Ducks, I'm going with the under here. I just don't really like, I don't know. It's just something about the Ducks here that I'm just not too fond of. I think they go under here. Sharks, I'm going well under here as well. And it might be a battle between Sharks, Ducks, and Kings for that bottom spot. It's going to be tough for those three teams. Sharks, as we know, are rebuilding as well. I mean, you bring back Patrick Marleau. Thornton goes to the Maple Leafs as well across the border. But I'm going Kings over, Ducks under, Sharks under. I'm going to go Coyotes over 58 points. I think I see a little bit of transition with this. I know they lost Taylor Hall, but again, this is a team that made the postseason, and this is a gritty Coyotes team. I mean, they are very aggressive. They really are. I like everything about the Coyotes, and at 50, I think that's a good number. I think they could possibly reach that 60-point total this year. So give me the Coyotes over. I also love the Wild over this year. This is definitely a wild card for me this year as well. I was talking about this the other day with a friend of mine on Twitter about how the Wild have a 61.5 point total. I think they go over that. And honestly, I think they make some noise in the postseason because I truly think they make the postseason. And again, this is a cup future at 50-1. Another little $10 bet they can make some good money out of. Make some pocket money if need be. But take it on the Wild, even sprinkle a little bit on the division winner as well. I know you have a lot of great teams in this division, but you never know. It's a shortened NHL season. You never know. We'll see what happens. But I think advantage these mediocre teams in the middle. So again, Wild, I think the Wild have a shot to do this. So at 61.5, I love the Wild over in the West. So when I get back, we'll talk about the top three in the West, and stay tuned. So this is the Wednesday, December 30th episode of Pete's Power Plays, hosted by Philly Pete. I'll be right back.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
At Amazon, we're pretty good at getting things done. We're pretty good at solving problems. COVID-19 is the biggest challenge we've had to face. But challenges are what motivate us. Like flying masks to our employees around the world. We're doing everything we can to get you what you need, and doing everything we can to keep our people safe. I'm former Navy pilot Sarah Rhodes, and I'm proud to lead our Amazon Air network.
And ladies and gentlemen, I am back. This is the Wednesday, December 30th, 2020 episode of Pete's Power Plays, hosted by the one, the only, king of the ice himself, Philly Pete. And we're live on 12 Ounce Sports and Zingo TV, channel 761. Thank you all for sitting back, relaxing, and enjoying this Wednesday afternoon, 12:15 out in the east, lunchtime. Breakfast out west at 9:15. Welcome aboard, my Zingo TV viewers. Welcome aboard as well. Glad you're a part of today's episode. So, a lot of merchandise has dropped. A lot of people buying stuff as we speak. Pete's Power Plays apparel is out the wazoo right now. I had a lot of friends, relatives buy some gear. I had some clients of mine even buy some gear as well. So, it's these hoodies and shirts, tanks, even baby onesies are flying off the shelves as we speak. So get your apparel today. It is on my pinned tweet when you check out my page. And if you're not my friend on Twitter, just go and reach out to me at @TheRealPeteTooch. If you search up Philly Pete, I am the only guy there. I should be the only guy there. You add me, you follow me, I'll follow you back. And let's get you hooked up with some apparel. A bunch came in today that I'm giving out. So and hell, maybe after the new year, I'll have some sort of contest for each and one of you out there that tune in. And out there on Twitter and in general, maybe I'll have some sort of contest and giving out a free hoodie or a t-shirt of Pete's Power Plays. And I know everyone loves free stuff. So stay tuned for that in the new year. Also, clients that signed up this morning, welcome aboard. Again, the numbers of clients that I have from now compared to 2 seasons ago and even last season or even doubled at this point. So I'm happy. I'm really thrilled. I'm in triple digits as we speak. I'm just happy to be part of a good community with a great group of people. So those that signed up this morning, don't be alarmed. I will get to you after the show is over and get you situated on what package that you want. Again, you have today and tomorrow to hop on the half discount off. I am selling my NHL season package, NHL playoff package, Stanley Cup futures, my NFL DFS for the playoffs, and of course for last week this coming out. That's a 5-in-1 deal for only a price of $250. A lot of you are taking full advantage of this because it goes back up once the new year hits on January 1st, midnight January 1st. When the ball drops, it is going back to a regular price. Okay, I was thinking about this a long time ago, and I've been thinking about it. Try to make it a $500 deal, basically because of how my units have been, how I've been so successful, and the fact that everyone has been cashing out large with me the past 2 seasons. But you know what? I'm just going to scratch that off, and instead I'm going to give the entire NHL season and NHL playoffs and my Stanley Cup futures, that's 3-in-1, after the ball drops for a total of $350 for the year. Okay? That's how it's going to be. You sign up now for the next 2 days. It's $250, and you get 5-in-1 package. After the first, it is a 3-in-1 package for only a total of $350. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is what's going to happen, okay? I'm giving back to everybody. It's the new year, new Philly Pete. This is it. This is how it's going to be. Things are going to be changing around here. You'll be seeing my face more often after the new year. So for 3-in-1 package for a total of $350 for the year, you get the entire NHL package, season, playoffs, and my cup futures. Now, I also have weekly and monthly packages to those that are interested in that. Okay, so, but again, if it comes to one of the hottest and one of the probably the top NHL cappers on Twitter, it is Philly Pete, and you are riding with the best. So, again, if you're interested, reach out to me at @TheRealPeteTooch. Follow me. Search up Philly Pete. I'll answer all your questions, and let's get rocking. Let's get rocking to this NHL season. So, Avalanche at 79 points. Golden Knights at 75 and the Blues at 68. These are going to be the 3 teams that are going to be battling out for this division. I really do. To me, the Golden Knights here at 2-to-1 odds, like I said, to win the division is some good money. I really like that. Now you're getting double your money, whatever you pay out for. So I do think that this is something that you can look to. Golden Knights at 75 points here. I just think that they have a chip on their shoulder. I really do. They brought in Pietrangelo. I could see this team going over 75 points. No doubt in my mind. I really like the Golden Knights here at over 75. The Avalanche at 79, that is a lot of points. You're asking for almost 80 points in a 56-game season, which is doable for the Avalanche here. This is a free client NHL Stanley Cup play as we speak because my clients locked this in at 9-to-1. Now the Avalanche are at 6-to-1. This is why I give out these plays well early in advance compared to now. So Avalanche at 79 points. It's a great number. I think they just go under that total. I think they're going to see about I don't know, probably about mid 70s. To me, the Avalanche, it's going to be an under 79 season this year. The Vegas Golden Knights, I like the over 75. And the Blues at 68. I think if they're going to compete and somehow compete with these two teams here, they're going to have to win. Okay, so for me, the Blues at 68, that's a good number. I like the over for the Blues as well at 68. So over the Blues, over 75 for the Knights, under 79 for the Avalanche. And again, the Wild is my key play here. I like the over 61.5 for the Wild. I think they could do some damage. Look out for the Minnesota Wild this year. So with that being said, that concludes my season point totals. Now let's get into the 5-pack that we have for January 13th. Now there's three times that were just released, and Vancouver. You have two games in Canada. You have Vancouver versus Edmonton. You have Montreal versus Toronto. Which has TBD. All right, your to be determined times, and I'm sure we'll figure out what the times will be. But as far as we all know today, the Penguins and Flyers play at 5:30 on January 13th. That is the kickoff to a triple header. Okay, Pittsburgh, Philly, 5:30 p.m. on the 13th of January. Then it's followed up by the Blackhawks and Tampa Bay Lightning, the defending champions, Stanley Cup champions. And then the nightcap in Colorado, you have the St. Louis Blues and the Colorado Avalanche at 10:30 puck drop. That will be fun there in Colorado. So once again, those Canadian games are TBD. So we will see what happens there. But the over-unders are out, and they are available. And to me, I mean, you're looking at Vancouver and Edmonton already an over-under set at 5.5. I'm going over with this game. I really do. I'm surprised that these games are not. I'm surprised. Well, let alone I'm surprised Edmonton. When you see the Oilers, I feel like it should automatically be set to 6, maybe even 6.5. But the fact that I'm seeing 5.5 for Edmonton and Vancouver, it makes me think that, you know what, you got to take the over. It's going to go up. I'm telling you right now, it is going to go up. If your book gives out the over-unders right now, I highly recommend you take advantage of it now before the game time comes. But right now, I see an over-under right now, 5.5 for Edmonton and Vancouver. So that's an automatic over for Philly Pete right there. Montreal and Toronto, I'm seeing over-under at 6.5. See, this is the 6.5 that I'm talking about. That is a lot. That is a lot of goals there for this game. I'm even seeing it could even move up to 7 at some point. Now, 6.5, that's a lot of goals. That's a lot of goals to ask for, and I'm digging the under with this Montreal-Toronto game. I really do. It's just too many goals. It's too many goals, even though Toronto is an offensive explosion team with what they have, even bringing in Joey Thornton to contribute to that team with Marner and Matthews. But honestly, this is going to be a great game. But all these games are going to be phenomenal. I just can't wait for hockey, just like the rest of you out there as well. But Montreal, Toronto, over under 6.5. I just have to go with the under 6.5 in this situation here. It's just too many goals for my liking. And don't be surprised if this moves up to 7. I think if you hit 7, that's an automatic under for me. But at 6.5, still, I think that's a lot of goals to ask for. So I'm going to go under there. I'm trending lately on that for now. Again, these games are subject to change because I will be talking about this most likely the night before the games start on the 12th. So, but again, Vancouver, Edmonton over 5.5. This is a projection from first come first serve here from me. So again, subject to change is always intact as we speak. Vancouver, Edmonton over 5.5. Montreal, Toronto under 6.5. Pittsburgh and the Flyers over under at 6. Again, these two teams will either go over or under here. And honestly, you got to think about this game. I got to take the over here. This is going to be a great game here. 6 is a good spot here. I could see this being a push. Maybe a 4-2 Flyers victory. I'm all over the Flyers here though. Again, because hey, my money is on the Pittsburgh under 70.5 points this year. So we need as many losses as possible. But I like the Flyers here. I also like the over 6 in this game. Chicago and Tampa Bay. All right, Tampa was one of the hottest scoring teams when it came to over-unders. When it came to over-unders and teams that scored the most goals, Tampa was up there. They were top 2. I really think that they're going to take advantage of this Chicago team. It's a depleted team. Some lines are even at 5.5, but it looks like the over-under here is going to be stuck at 6. At least what I'm seeing here on the book that I'm using here. But Chicago's not going to have Jonathan Taves. They're not, and it's a shame. It really is. And hopefully he has a quick recovery. But Chicago, Tampa, over-under is at 6 here. I can see Chicago getting in maybe a goal or two, but I think Tampa is really honestly going to really explode on this Blackhawks team and truly show why they were the Stanley Cup champions. So over-under is at 6. I like the over with this game. And then the nightcap, St. Louis and Colorado. Again, these two teams could go hit. This could be a back and forth game. Over/under set at 6. I like the under 6 in this game. I really do. Again, time will tell. And again, in 2 weeks, when I talk about these 5 games again, I will give you a better understanding and where I am leaning. But for now, 2-week projection leading, 2-week projections that I'm thinking about right now for these games. And again, I'm going with the under 6 in the St. Louis Colorado game. Over 6 Chicago Tampa Bay. Over 6 Flyers Penguins. I'm going to go under 6.5 Montreal Toronto and over 5.5 Vancouver and Edmonton. Again, no times have been set yet for those 2 Canadian games, but we have a 5:30 matchup, Flyers Penguins. Tampa, Chicago, 8 o'clock. And then the nightcap, Avalanche Blues at 10:30 p.m. Now, when I talk about moneyline bets, I highly recommend that, if it's a large line, you just parlay that with another squad here. But, honestly, I just think that Edmonton, I'm looking at some books here, some lines, and that give these plays out early, and to me, the possibility of Edmonton to win here is 60%. So it looks like 60% of the early money, the 2-week early money is heading towards Edmonton, and the 60-40, it's close. This is going to be a toss-up game. It really is going to be a toss-up. And, advantage here, of course, goes to Edmonton, but at 60-40, it's too close to call here. I really do think, and it all comes down to defense. Edmonton's defense is not the best. Vancouver could easily win this game. I really think that they could win this game. I expect the over, and I like to see Vancouver win this game. I really do. Moving on to the Montreal and the Leafs game. It is a 45-55, basically a split in this game here. It's as best as you can get here. All these games are so close in terms of moneyline bets. So, you go from 60-40 for Edmonton, Vancouver. You head on to Montreal and Toronto, and it's 55-45 in favor of Toronto here. I think Montreal is going to win this game. I do. I like what I see in this team. This could be a really nitty-gritty game. Over/under at 6.5, that's too much for my liking. Like I said, I could easily see a 3-2 sort of game for Montreal. But this is going to be a good game. I like Montreal here. I really do. Regardless of how insane Toronto's offense is. But, I just like the fact that what Montreal did in the offseason was great. Great moves, great pickups. That's why they are a dark horse for me to win the Cup at 50-1. I like it. And a dark horse to win their division at 6-1. I can't complain here. I like Montreal. I'm going with the Flyers here, of course, no brainer. I really like the Flyers in this game. Just not really digging the Pittsburgh Penguins whatsoever this year. That's actually 65-35 advantage Flyers. So I guess I can see why all the money is going Flyers' way, because I like that too. So give me the Flyers here on the money line. It is a pick as we speak, -115, -110-ish, as I'm looking right now across the board on the early movements. So I like the Flyers here. Chicago and Tampa. This is a game where you should probably take the money line. Tampa it's 70-30 in favor of Tampa Bay. Obviously, their money line is going to be big, probably in the 200 range is my guess. So to me, you got to take Tampa, maybe even the puck line -1.5. But again, if you're not in favor of the puck line, take that in the money line. And with either Philly, I think that's a good 2-teamer as we speak. And last but not least, the Blues and the Avalanche. That is a 55-45 back and forth as we speak too. But I want to take advantage here. It's opening night. I want to take a chance here, and I'm going to say the Blues win this game. Okay, I want to go with a little crazy different here, because a lot of people are going to take the Avalanche 2 weeks from now. But I want to go with the Blues and see what happens. Again, picks are subject to change. I'm out of time, and I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. Stay safe, wear a mask, and talk to you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. See you guys. Bye.